I didn't say this yesterday, but I'll say it today. Jacob, number two, if we were out somewhere at a bar, at a party, wherever, and we met each other outside of the store, and I said, hey, Jacob, what do you do for a living? What would you tell me?
I sell cars.
Okay, what would you tell me?
Sell cars.
Sell
Add
cars.
Sell cars.
Okay, never, ever, ever, ever tell anybody that again. Okay, and here's why. What do people think of car salespeople?
Sleazy.
Shady.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit, and it's a myth that comes from 45 years ago, because we were assholes. We didn't know what we were doing. We treated people like shit because we could. There wasn't nearly as much competition back then. Consumers had no information at all. Okay, they could go to a bookstore and buy a used car book that was 6 months old. What good was that going to do them? No good. Nobody knew what a car. When I was in the business, nobody knew what the invoice on a car was. It was a better kept secret than the atomic bomb. It got stolen before people knew what the invoice on vehicles were. It wasn't until I became a finance manager that I learned what the invoices were, because back then we talked to bankers on the phone. We sent faxes, credit applications on a fax into a bank, and then the banker would ask us, what's the invoice on the car? Because they had to know how much money to advance. So nobody knew. So it was a different world. I said, I don't want you to tell anybody you sell cars, because you don't. All right. A, people don't like car salespeople. B, do people like to be sold? No. But what do they love to do? So they love to buy. Okay, they love to buy. I know salespeople who literally at meet and greet would sound like this. Welcome to Premier. My name is Steve, and you are?
Gary?
Hey, Gary. You here to see anybody in particular?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Glad you're here. I'm going to guess you've probably done some research?
Yes, sir.
Terrific. I look like a car salesman. It even says it on my card, but I quit selling cars several years ago. Here's what I discovered. When I started helping people buy cars, they had a better time, and so did I, and the whole process went a whole lot faster and a whole lot smoother. If you can find the right vehicle today, would you allow me to help you buy it?
Yes, sir.
What might that do to a customer's state?
Relax them.
Relax.
Right. And isn't that what we really do? We help people buy cars. Now, that doesn't mean you don't need closing skills. Doesn't mean you don't need to. You need to understand how to handle objections. You need to know your product. You need sales skills. But in essence, what you're doing for a living is you're helping people buy cars. So next time somebody asks you what you do for a living, Jacob, number two, what are you going to tell them?
Help people buy cars.
Are you going to help people buy cars, Robert? Does that make sense? Yeah, in essence, that's what we do, okay? I mean, do we need to hard close sometimes? Yeah, because some people have a difficult time making a $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80,000 decision. Okay, it's not easy.